This is sort of a special video because, I guess it is about the last year when I chose to stay online through this machine-coded system, and then people will friend request me, and in other words, we're communicating through windows, window frames, yeah. So I did a video on a channel that was disabled. Both my first two channels were disabled, but I used an example of how I experience what it is that I am in energy, because we're writing script, as we say. I'm writing my own timeline. So I did a number of videos, sort of how that works. And so I gave an example in my Robert Owen channel how I met a girl one time. And she mentioned to me, what does a girl have to do to get your attention and bang you over the head? And so I try to explain to her, as I do to all of you, it's not that I'm disrespecting you. It's the fact that I'm always on the job. Okay? So when I'm always on the job, it means I'm always gifting powerful scalar waves, right? Wherever I'm at. And so therefore I know that wherever I'm at is exactly where I'm supposed to be at the exact moment, which is the completion of a magnetic circuit. Wherever I'm supposed to be, and whatever it is I'm supposed to experience is where I'm supposed to be to experience what I'm experiencing, so that it gets automatically transmuted, because it represents an artificial deadlight code, like a code transfer, represented by a deadlight spiral. So I set the executive command function, because we have the ability to do that, because we're not fallen. I experienced Christosophia, the first spark, the first sound, the first biovoltage line of communication, which is EFFI field, which is full integration. So I'm operating at full capacity, which is sensing capacity, which means my antenna is an open antenna. I'm a listening post. Silent running. Okay, so what ends up happening here is like a nice lady had communicated to me if I had seen these videos. So again, it's like, how do I respond to that in communicating what it is that I am, which is what love is, in a loving way, without generating a reversal spin or a negentropic frequency coded communication to the machine code, because we're operating in a machine coded system, right? So I use examples. That's why in so many of my videos, I use example after example after example after example after example of how I experience what I am, because everything that I've experienced that I share with you has already happened. Okay? So that means you're experiencing it after the fact, like in factors, like in mathematical factors, like in RH factors, like in biovoltage, bioplasma lines of communication between seeds, which are atmospheric PSI codes. And are those codes in perfect alignment? Are they in perfect mathematical rhythm to experience the perfect breathing tempo of experiencing eternal life, which is eternal spirit of eternal absolute pure love through our template, which means we're breathing pure eternal energy from which it first began, which is no time. Yeah. So in other words, everything that I've experienced in my mirror is what I'm experiencing by virtue of having already written it into my timeline, because it has to have some value on some level of operating. When you're setting my software to automatically transmute anything that's less than what I am, so that I never lose my memory of knowing what I am, which is what love is. So anything that isn't what love is, as a communication, as a frequency, or a key code. That means we know the difference in key codes. You better believe we do. Okay? So in other words, the elemental circuitry command function is running full operational security. That's right. I run full operational security, which is a cosmic level clearance, because we're experiencing ourselves at a cosmic level antenna. So we're sensing everything that is happening simultaneously, right? Plugged in to a grid network. Now we're into all the networks. Now we're into all the trees. Now we're into the tree of life creation, okay, of everything that is communicating with everything else that is happening simultaneously. Hey, what's going on over your neck of the woods? Send me an email message. Send me a line of communication. I already got it. I already know what's going on over in your star system because I got the message through the star. Okay? Just like I mentioned when I was in Reno, Nevada. I woke up one morning, not all by myself, but I was alone in a physical way. Jumped on a Reno bus, went down to a park on Sparks, and got a communication directly from the Metagalactic Core. Now I know what's going on.